oh boy, I can't wait to go back and play Marvel Spider-Man again. We got some details about this remastered version that is coming to the PlayStation 5, and at first I wasn't sure what to think. Not getting a free upgrade from my PlayStation 4 version of Marvel Spider-Man to the PlayStation 5 version, I was a little bit bummed out by that, and I still think they should offer us a free upgrade, but boy oh boy, I think I've just been sold on the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, so I can spend the extra $20 and get Spider-Man remastered as well for the PlayStation 5, because this is looking fantastic. We'll talk about that, and also the China Hero event did happen, and I do want to go over some of the new information that we got out of that. Nothing new on Lost Soul aside at this point, however, Fist Forged and Shadow Torch, Convalaria, and Boundary all got some updates, so we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But boy, oh boy, if you never played Spider-Man, you should probably at this point hold out until the PlayStation 5 version drops, but I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys played it. I know I myself already beat the game, but I am 100% down to go back and play it again with Miles Morales Ultimate Edition and getting Spider-Man remastered, because it is looking fantastic. There was an in-depth post put on the PlayStation blog from James Stevenson, community director over at Insomniac Games, and they talk a little bit about the upgrades that this version is going to have, and it's significant upgrades. This is not going to be just, you know, a willy-nilly definitive edition or a remastered version that they don't spend a lot of time on. No, they're going above and beyond to actually make a refined experience. And they specifically note the team has been carefully crafting the definitive version of the game with new assets, technology, and updates. We're taking advantage of next-generation technologies that the PlayStation 5 console introduces, as well as bring some additional features to the game, including 3 new Spider-Man suits, so that's awesome. Graphical updates include that the team has done the painstaking work of updating the city's environment to take advantage of the new console beyond improved models and materials. One of the biggest things we have brought to the game is ray trace reflections and ambient shadows. We now have true reflections on the windows of buildings, and it looks stunning with our new skies and weather. They post an image as well, and yeah, it looks pretty fantastic, and seeing all of the environments in the background as well, you could see a definitive graphical improvement. Is this going to be on the level of a game that was created ground up for the PlayStation 5, exclusive for the PlayStation 5? No, but I can't help but be semi-impressed by the visuals. And they also note it's not just the environments, our characters have also gotten a huge upgrade, from higher fidelity skin, eye, and teeth shaders to the individually rendered strands of hair. The new tech and detail brings our characters and their performances to new life. This does not bring one of the bigger changes. In order to bring the best performance to players with our next generation Marvel Spider-Man games, we have recast the face of Peter Parker. We loved working with John Bubenike on the original game. However, to get a better match to Peter Parker and Spider-Man actor Yuri Lowenthal's facial capture, Yuri Lowenthal, by the way, the same guy that I believe voiced Sasuke Uchiha from the Naruto franchise, they casted Ben Jordan to be the new face model for Peter Parker on the PS5 console. He looks incredible in-game, and Yuri's moving performances take on a new life. They also uploaded a clip to showcase the new Peter Parker model. Additionally, thanks to the power of the PS5 console, we're now able to offer a high frame rate through performance mode, which targets a 60 FPS frame rate, so that's kind of crazy. That idea that games were going to be 4K and 60 FPS across the board, here we have a definitive edition of a game, and it's still going with the idea of, oh, there's a performance mode, and there's going to be, I would imagine, a higher graphical option, but you can play the game in an optional 60 FPS frame rate. This allows you to experience the beginning of the Marvel Spider-Man story like never before. It feels amazing to play, and they also uploaded a 60 FPS clip. On top of that, you've got near instant load time, spatial 3D audio on compatible headphones, and the revolutionary DualSense controller's haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. We've also brought a new photo mode feature to the game that we developed for our Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. You can now place lights in the environment and change your spider suit after you've lined up your shot. And speaking of spider suits, you've got the amazing Spider-Man suit, so that is pretty timely right now. So yeah, that was a mouthful to get all of that out there, but do keep in mind Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales will be out for $49.99 as a standalone game. If you do want the Spider-Man Definitive Edition, you can get the Marvel Spider-Man Ultimate Edition, which will be $69.99, $70, and it doesn't mention anything about selling Spider-Man Definitive Edition as a standalone game. I imagine the majority of people that are going to want it are going to want Miles Morales as well, so you're probably just better off getting that. Probably going to be a day one pickup for a lot of people, but I'm very much excited for that. Also, if you're one of those people that are jumping over from Xbox One to PlayStation 5 next generation, again, makes all the sense in the world to experience Spider-Man again because it was a great game, and you'll get the DLC. So if you never played the DLC, that's a good enough reason to also pick the game up. You'll want to play Spider-Man, then you'll want to play the DLC, then that'll transition you right into Miles Morales. So good stuff all around there. Super excited for this. Again, not a big fan of not getting a free upgrade, since it seems like a lot of publishers are offering free upgrades, but I guess that is what it is. It's still a little bit upsetting, but they are doing a lot of upgrades with this remastered version, so what is the complaining gonna do? They're not gonna offer the upgrade right off the bat. At least I don't think so. Maybe they can go back on that and offer us the upgrade if we do own Spider-Man on PS4, but at this point it doesn't seem like that's gonna be happening, because I feel like that would be pretty publicly advertised at this point in the game. Alright, moving on from that, want to go over some updates on some of these China Hero projects. Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch, Whip, and New Enemies 4-minute gameplay walkthrough has been uploaded. A look at one of the game's later levels, and this game looks pretty solid. Looks to be a pretty quirky side-scrolling action title. I mean, when you look at the main character, I think quirky is a pretty good descriptive term to describe this game. So game looks pretty cool, one that I think is going a little bit under the radar, but I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. The game itself notes explore a Metroidvania game world with dozens of areas with distinguished vision, themes, and level designs. Earn the rewards by conquering combat challenges, puzzles, and platforming in countless chambers, tunnels, and shortcuts. An interconnected and automatically loading game map makes the detailed Torch City more convincing and beautiful. I believe this is scheduled to be out in 2021, but I don't think an exact release date has yet been announced. Alright, next up, we have Convallaria. It's a online shooting and action game coming from Lung Force, and this one looks pretty cool. The year 2019 meant not only hope, but also challenge to the development team Lung Force working on the Convallaria project. Unlike other shooting games, Convallaria aims to attract players with different emotional clutters, realistic experiences, and stronger and smoother battle gameplay. The development concept of combining the worldview with the scene structure, enemy structure, and battle system, and eventually spread to other action games and even more complicated fighting games, was one of the tasks the development team had to solve. Convallaria wants to present all the PlayStation players with an action shooting game that is unique and made by a development team from its homeland, waiting for players at the place where Convallaria blossoms, besides cathartic battles that are also emotional expression, along with our project to sing together a song of love that cannot be delivered. Kind of an interesting descriptive way to describe this game. But in motion, I think the game looks solid. I mean, it's not visually a blowaway title, but action gameplay looks alright. I'm interested in trying this one out. Not completely sold on it, but I wanted to make mention of that. And then also the multiplayer tactical space-based first-person shooter Boundary has gotten a master trailer. They also note that this one has completed development, so check out that trailer for yourself. This one has been one that I've been following for quite a while, so hopefully it does drop in 2020. I mean, it's kind of late in the game to announce another game for 2020, but it could end up happening given that I believe this one has been in development for quite a while, so I think they're just putting up the finishing touches in terms of getting the game out, posting it on the PlayStation Store, things of that nature. But that's going to conclude this video. Again, Spider-Man Remastered is looking awesome on the PS5. Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch gets a 4-minute gameplay walkthrough through. Convallaria gets a gameplay trailer, and then Boundary looks to be finishing up development. That's pretty cool to see. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.